So as you guys know, we just got information on the new DLC update that's going to be coming out in just a few short days in GTA 5 Online. And I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering how much money you're going to need for this update. Well, I'm going to keep this video short and sweet, right to the point, and tell you exactly how much you need and some easy ways that you guys can get that money. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. So as you guys know, we will be getting 17 total new vehicles in GTA 5 Online. Now 7 of those vehicles are going to be drip feed vehicles that are going to be coming out one per week during those weekly event weeks on Thursdays. So we're not going to talk about those because you have time to actually save your money up and buy those vehicles when the event weeks actually happen. Let's talk about the 10 vehicles that are going to be coming out right away. So there's 10 vehicles. Guaranteed every vehicle is going to cost a minimum of $1 million. Some of them are probably going to cost right around maybe 2 million, maybe 2.5 million at the most. And maybe we might have 1 or 2 vehicles that are between $500 to $1 million. So I'm going to just put out a guess here. I'm going to say you're going to need at least around $9 million up to a most of like $15 to $16 million to buy every vehicle. Because when you actually think about the price range, if let's say each vehicle is $1 million, then it'll cost you $10 million to buy all the vehicles. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of vehicles that are more than $1 million, some that are maybe more than $2 million. So most likely the most you're going to be looking at spending if you want to buy every vehicle that's going to come out on July 20th, you're going to need at the very, very most $15 to $16 million. So if you need help making some money, the links are down below in the description. Trust me, you guys are definitely going to need it. But then again, a lot of you have probably been saving up from the Cowparica heist. So maybe you have $30 million in your account and you're like, hell yeah, I could buy every single vehicle that's going to come out. Yeah, you could buy every vehicle, but don't forget, what about the upgrades for these vehicles? Think of this as like bennies. And also think Rockstar really loves to get our money. I know every one of you guys knows that. So when you think of it that way, I'm not 100% sure if it'll happen this way, but let's say you buy one of the vehicles, for instance, like the RX-7 that's going to be released. You drive it into this new tuning shop, and you can either upgrade it into a drift car or into a race car, or maybe the RX-7 is only going to be a drift car, and then some other vehicles are only going to be racing cars. I'm not too sure which one will happen, but let's say you actually have to pick, upgrade it to a race car or a drift car. That means you'd have to spend $500, $600, $700,000 to upgrade it to that custom variant. Just like if you were to bring the faction into Benny's, you can upgrade it to the lowrider or to the donks version, and both of those cost 2 different amounts of money. But it's obviously a lot more money you're going to have to spend. So let's say that were to happen. We don't know, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So you better hope you have the money for it. It's most likely going to cost between $500 up to $1 million to actually put that upgrade on, to customize it to the custom version of a drift car or a street racing car. So when you add that on top of it, you're going to need probably another $5 million to $10 million on top of that to upgrade it to that custom variant. I really hope that doesn't happen because that would kind of suck, but at the same time it would be really cool upgrading each car individually to a street racing car or a drift car, but it's going to cost a lot of extra money to do that. So now that we have the car, we upgraded it to a drift build or to a street racing build. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to be actually upgrading it to a drift or street racing build. Not too sure about that, but it's better to just add it in just in case. So we're at that point. Now we have to actually upgrade the car. Performance upgrades and cosmetic upgrades. If you have ever brought a vehicle into Benny's Automotive Workshop and you upgraded it to a custom version, you already know upgrades for these custom vehicles cost a ton of money. Plus, we're going to have these crazy performance upgrades as well. So you can pretend those performance upgrades might be something like hydraulics. They cost probably around the same amount of money. I'm not too sure, but hydraulics cost a lot of money. If you get the best hydraulics, they cost like $200K. So we could be looking at around $200,000 to get one of the best performance upgrades available for some of these vehicles. I don't really know. Like I said, it's not 100% confirmed, but like I said, it's better to be safe than sorry, because you could walk into this with $5 million and then you end up spending almost all of that on one vehicle, which would be pretty insane. And I hope that doesn't happen, but you honestly never know. It really could happen. So in terms of actually cosmetically upgrading the vehicles and putting performance upgrades on them, you could be looking at spending maybe $500,000, maybe up to $1 million on each vehicle just for those specific upgrades, because obviously there's going to be a lot of different stuff available for these vehicles. And you also saw some vehicles have these cool wide body kits. We can also make the wheels much wider and actually line up properly with the kits as well. So it's going to be pretty insane. There's going to be a lot of stuff we could do, and it's going to cost a lot of money. So let's say it's like this. Let's say you purchased one of the new vehicles for on average maybe $1.5 million, which is probably in the ballpark of how much some of these vehicles are going to cost. you get that vehicle, you bring it over to this custom tuning shop, and let's say you actually have the option to upgrade it to a street racing car or to a drift car, and let's say that upgrade costs another $500,000 or $600,000. So far you spent $2.1 million on the vehicle and you haven't technically even upgraded it yet. So now that you've done that, now you have to go and put some performance upgrades and cosmetic upgrades on the vehicle, and you guys know, like I said, it's going to cost a pretty penny for that. So now let's say you're going to spend right around another $800,000 on that vehicle in terms of those upgrades. So you just spent right around $2.9 million on that one specific vehicle. Don't forget that this specific vehicle that we bought, I don't know what it is, but it only cost $1.5 million. So you could have actually purchased 2 of these vehicles for the cost of the upgrades. Now, it could very well be a lot cheaper than that. Maybe there isn't an actual upgrade to upgrade it to a drift car or to a race car. That might not happen, and then you might only spend maybe $1 million actually upgrading the vehicle. Who really knows? But like I said, it's better to be safe than sorry. So let's say one vehicle costs $1.5 million. You better be ready to spend maybe $3 million on that vehicle. It could even end up being more than that. Like I said, I don't know. We're not going to know until the update comes out, but it's always better to be safe than sorry, so be prepared to spend a ton of money. So now we calculate the possible upgrade cost and the possible cost for the actual vehicles themselves. So it started off between $8 million to like $15 to $16 million. Now if you were to upgrade all of those vehicles on top of that, you could be looking at spending $23 million all the way up to like $30 to $31 million to buy and fully upgrade these vehicles. It could cost a lot more, it might cost a lot less, but I'm just going to put this guess out there saying that it's most likely in that range. So you could be looking at spending right around $30 million at very most to actually buy and fully upgrade these vehicles. So hopefully some of you guys got 30 mil sitting around. If you don't, you're going to want to start making some more money. There's links down below in the description to help you out, but if you don't want to watch any of those videos, you just want to make the money, we have a week to do this, so just go do the Puerto Rico heist like, I don't know, 30 times, and then you guys will be safe and good to go, and you'll have enough money for this update, guaranteed. Now that's just for cars. Obviously there's going to be other stuff added, like an HQ. We're probably going to be able to purchase something where we have our HQ, obviously a new garage and stuff like that, so that's probably going to end up costing maybe another like $5 million to $8 million, not too sure, but I would say it's safe to say you're probably going to need at least like 40 mil, maybe $50 million to purchase every single thing that is going to come out in this update. That's at the very most. There's no way it's going to cost any more than that. But if you just want the cars, I would suggest playing it safe, saving up about $30 million, and then you guys should be good to go. Now, like I said, that's for fully upgrading the vehicles. I know I don't fully upgrade them. I put specific upgrades on, so maybe you actually like the cheapest upgrade or one of the mid-range upgrades for that vehicle. That means you won't be spending the top dollar. You'll be spending one of the median amounts, if you get what I mean. So maybe you won't spend 30 mil, maybe you'll only spend $20 million. Who knows? But it's going to be up to you guys when you're actually purchasing the cars and upgrading them. But it's safe to say you will need a lot of money for this update. I guarantee you that. So I would suggest saving up some money and getting ready, because we're going to be spending a ton of money when this update comes out. $30 million is what I would suggest. You might want to have some more. Who knows? But anyways, that's what I think you're going to need to actually buy all of the new content in this update. Actually, $50 million is what I think you're going to need to buy everything in this new update. That's like top dollar, though. It's not going to be a penny more than 50 mil. I guarantee that. Most likely going to be less. But if you have 50 mil, you could just sit back, relax, and wait till July 20th. And if you don't have 50 mil, honestly, don't stress, because it's not like the update's going anywhere. So you have as long as you really need to actually get this stuff. Anyways, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash a thumbs up on it. Subscribe if you're new, and tell me down below, do you guys think it's going to cost $30 million to purchase everything in this update? Do you think it's going to cost $50 million to purchase everything, or maybe $100 million? Comment down below. I want to see what you guys think. In my opinion, though, like I said, I think $30 million is probably what you're going to need to actually have a good time with this update and be able to buy whatever you want whenever you want. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. By the way, be sure to check out DigiZani. They'll hook you up with tons of discounted games, gaming accessories, discounted gift cards, and in-game currency for dozens of your favorite games. Don't forget to use code Frolics at checkout for a 10% discount.